In this video, we're going to cover exactly how to get your real estate license and start your real estate career in the state of Ohio. Let's dive right into it. My name is Chris with the Empire Real Estate YouTube channel. I have been a licensed real estate agent for over 7 years. I have a real estate team, and in this video, I'm going to give you a complete step-by-step guide how to get your license and get started in the real estate field. Before we get started, I want to offer you my free guide on how to get licensed in Ohio, and it has everything included, including what the requirements are, what the background check requirements are, links to different real estate schools that are a great fit in Ohio, along with different things you can do to pass your exam. So different tips and tricks. So download that guide down below. It's a completely free guide. And once you download that, you'll be able to go through it and reference it as you go through the process of getting your real estate license. So let's dive right into the video. First things first, why would you want to get your real estate license in Ohio? Well, the truth is, many people want to get their license because they want to become their own boss. They want to get away from their 9-to-5 job that they don't like. And real estate can be a terrific opportunity for that. Just 7 years ago, I was in that same position working a 9-to-5 job that I really did not like. So I decided to get licensed. I went through the struggles of being a new real estate agent, and I came out the other end, and now I have a real estate team that does multiple millions a year in sales. And it's been a great career, and it's opened a lot of doors, and it can be a great first business that can earn you, a six-figure income and open the doors to other businesses within the real estate field. So it's a great thing, and it's a great opportunity if you're entrepreneurial and you really want to open the door and have a great entry into a business that has high potential with a low startup cost. So let's dive into some of the requirements you're going to need to hit to get that license. First things first, you're going to have to hit some of the pre-license requirements. In Ohio, you're going to be required to hit 120 hours of pre-license education classes that are state approved. In Ohio, we actually recommend a school called Honduras Real Estate College, and there's an affiliate link down below to that. They run some sales and some discounts on their courses, and they are excellent at what they do. So check that out, see if they have any deals going on, and they're a great place to get your pre-license hours out of the way, and they are state approved. Next, you have to be in good standing, and you can't have any felonies on your record. Now, if you do have these on your record, I would still contact the state if this is something you want to do and see if they're willing to make any exceptions. But in most cases, they want agents to have a clean record with no felonies on their record at the time. Next, you want to pass your score with a 70% score or higher. If you get anything lower than a 70% score, you're going to have to retake the exam, and you can do that, but it's going to cost you more money to retake the exam. Later on in this video, I'm going to go over the exact cost to actually take the exam, so stay tuned for that. Next, in Ohio, you're going to actually have to have a high school diploma or a GED. College is not required. That's the good part, but you still need a high school diploma or a GED or its equivalent. So make sure you have that in place, and you should be good to go. Last but not least, you want to find your sponsoring broker. So in Ohio, you have to pick a brokerage to work at and a broker to be sponsored by. So you want to look around and make sure that you pick the right brokerage, because this is going to have a huge role in your failure or your success as a real estate agent. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you some quick tips on how to find a brokerage that is going to help you succeed, and some of the things that I wish I knew when I got started. Let's talk about some top tips to pass the exam. So these tips are going to give you a higher percentage of actually passing the test. They're actually in our booklet as well. If you do the free download, you're gonna see these tips. You can kind of go back to them, but I'm gonna go through a couple of them here. Tip number one, come back to the hard questions. If you have a question that is giving you a hard time, skip it and come back to it. Answer the easy questions first. It will build some confidence, and then when you come back to that hard question, you might be ready to answer it, and you might already know the answer, and just by refreshing your memory and going through those easy questions, you might actually be able to just go through it and be fine. If not, you can go through some of the other strategies I'm going to go over in a second. Process of elimination. So what I would do is I would basically cross off the answers that are not a good fit. So don't actually cross them off on the exam, because when they grade it, you might actually mess things up. But just in your head, if it doesn't make sense, eliminate it, eliminate it, eliminate it. And you're gonna probably be left with 1 or 2 answers that make sense. And from there, you can pick which one fits. So using this strategy can help you if you're just not sure about what an answer is. So make sure you use that technique. Number 3, you want to take your time. You have plenty of time to do the exam. In fact, most people finish the exam early and they wish they had spent more time going through the questions and really reading them a couple times and making sure they fully understood the question. Because make no mistake, some of these questions look really tricky. You might read it once and misunderstand it, and you might even know the answer, but you checked the wrong box because you just tried to fly through the test and you thought you were going to run out of time. You don't have this limitation because you have plenty of time to complete the exam. In fact, you will probably finish early even if you take your time. No second guessing. You don't want to second guess this. You want to go with your gut instinct, and if you feel confident in something, check the box and go with it. Worst case scenario, if you fail the exam, which you don't want to do that, you can come back and retake it. So keep that in mind, go with your gut, be decisive, and check the box and be confident in your answer once you reread it a couple times, of course. Next, it's time to schedule your exam. In Ohio, exams are held at PSI exam testing centers, and it costs about $61 to get that exam taken. Now, if you fail the exam, you're gonna have to pay that fee again, but to get in the door and take your exam, it's $61. You're gonna wanna bring a basic non-scientific calculator, and once you get there, be ready, be prepared, and you'll have a really good shot of passing the test. Last but certainly not least, let's talk a little bit about the brokerage and picking the right brokerage for you. So a couple of things that I would look for is mentorship and support. So when you first get started, being a real estate agent is very hard. In fact, 87% of all real estate agents fail out of the business. These are bad numbers. Only 13% of people that get their license are actually going to be successful and make a career out of this. So if you're sitting in a class full of 100 agents, only 13 are going to make it. So keep that in mind and take picking a brokerage very seriously. When I first started out, I was just looking at commission splits, and that was the wrong move. Look for a broker that's gonna really mentor you, show you the ropes, be invested in your success, and make sure that you have the highest chances of winning. So make sure that they have a mentorship program in place that is going to take you through step by step exactly what you need to do to get your business off the ground and become successful. Because if you don't do this and you don't have any outline, you might get your license, you might walk into your brokerage and not know what to do. You don't know how to get business. You don't know how to market yourself. You don't know how to deal with clients. You don't know how to do buyer presentations. You don't know how to do listing presentations. You don't know how to make sales calls. These are all things you have to learn after you get your license. So finding a mentor, finding somebody that's going to work with you is the key to success. So make sure you do that. Make sure you stay focused on that and interview a lot of brokerages. When I first got started, I jumped at one of the first brokerages that I thought was going to be a good fit, and I moved a couple times until I found my long-term brokerage that I was with for 7 years, until I just recently moved over to a different brokerage, but I was at that brokerage for about 7 years. So you will find a really good brokerage. It takes a little bit of time, but with that time comes a big return, because if you pick the wrong brokerage, your chances of success go down quite a bit, and you're gonna have to figure this thing out on your own. And trust me, it's not that easy. So I'd love to hear from you. What things are you actually struggling with when it comes to passing your exams, setting up your real estate business, and getting this career started? I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. Drop that down there and I'll do my best to get back to you and help you out if I can. So I look forward to hearing from you. If you like this kind of content about real estate entrepreneurship, personal finance, and building your very own real estate empire, hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks so much, and good luck passing that exam.